want to show you some of the different ways to mix and create colors. So you can access the colors by either single clicking on this icon or by double clicking on this icon. And this is the default color palette. You can see it goes from dark to bright and from strongly saturated to weakly saturated or grayish. So for example, if we want an orange, we can have a look at the color preview at the bottom to see the kind of orange that we like, and then just click it, fill and paint. There's a second type of color picker which you can switch to by toggling this button at the top left. Now this works a bit different. You have a base color to the right. Just hover your mouse and you can switch to any color you like. Here, for example, there's purple. Now we go to the left, and as you can see, we can pick any color from here. It goes from bright and saturated to dark and desaturated. So if we want a very strong purple, we just go here somewhere. If we want a softer one, we go here, a darker one, we go here, and then just pick it. And I'm painting inside. Right mouse button, left mouse button. You can also assign a new right mouse button here. Hitting delete. What if we want to tint this whole purple a bit? We can use the secondary tinting color from the top. It's currently at transparent, but if we switch here, you can see we get a sort of global tinting over our purple. For example, we want some blue, so now we got purple from our base. We got the blue color tinted all over it, and then we can pick again, and we can also pick a gradient. Let's start with the bottom left, paint it all in, move a bit higher, move a bit to the right, paint it all in. That was a bit too much maybe. You can see the last color that we picked is shown here with a black dot. So let's go back a bit. Okay, take the next one, paint it in, take the next one, paint it in, go to purple. So now we got a bluish to purple gradient. Let me save this to see in the world. You see I right mouse click rotated here. Well, there's even more ways to mix the color. You can just press H, and then you can have a global filter applied. For example, if I want this to be more green, I just hit green a couple of times. If I'm not happy with this, reset. Maybe use weaker steps. Green, green, okay. And now it's tinted green a bit. What if I have a color from a different painting program? Well, I can just switch to that program and copy the RGB values, and then I press the I, or pick this from the menu, and then I can enter the color one by one. 200 red, 100 green, 20 blue, and 0.5 opacity, for example. This will give me this color. I will save it real quick and put it in the world. And you can see it's not fully overlaying things. What if I find a nice color in the world, but I didn't create the tile that it's based on? I can just on the desktop hit Control, pick the color, and there I have it, a green. Switch to the second palette index, pick another color, switch to the third. This way I can sort of emulate things that I see in the world. Alright. Did I miss anything? Yeah, one nice thing you can do is if you have a block where you wanna copy the palette and it's your block. Let me actually search for this, like this, by me. So maybe I like this color palette. I can just hit create, pick clone old from the menu, switch back to my search result, hit this alien, but I only want the palette, so I hit delete again, and now I deleted the image from the canvas, but I kept the palette to paint with. So that is one thing that is one way to recreate a palette that you have. You can see here that it's using more than the base color row. If I use the scroll wheel, I can access this color as well. This scroll wheel and this icon here will work as soon as you filled up your first row of colors. Then you will get even more colors, up to 50 something. Let me actually try that quickly. I hit create. This is my base palette. Let me pick some colors, some random distinct colors. You can see there's no additional color row to pick from right now. What happens if I reach the limit? Then it will automatically appear, and I scroll down a bit and I can fill more and more colors. This U1 means, let me change the color of just a single selected, or let me change the U of just a single selected palette index. So press this, darker. Let me actually show by first pasting the color. Now you can see I'm changing this to very red, but the other colors remained intact. So I hope you learned maybe one or two new tricks, and see you in the next tutorial.